The story with Maria. How's it going? All right, so tonight is Tuesday, September 29th, 2020. Now, it's a very special night out in television land, and so I know a lot of you will probably watch this in replay because it's a big night. It's the first of three presidential debates tonight. So that means that Joe Biden and Donald Trump are going head to head tonight, starting at 9. So I have it in the background. They haven't started yet, but Chris Wallace is the moderator. It should be really good, and I'm looking forward to watching it in replay when I go back. So I know that tonight's going to be one of those nights where people are popping in and out, and I forgive you because I would be doing the same thing. Also, we're not running live on Armed Radio right now, but we will be in podcasts on Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Probably in about 12 hours, you can go and listen to our podcast. And just to remind you that all of What's the Story with Maria's podcast from day one, this is episode 166. All of them from our very first broadcast, which was June 18th, I believe, 2017, can be found on Spotify, Spreaker, or iHeartRadio. And also, we have a YouTube channel. So if you have never been to our YouTube channel, just type in What's the Story with Maria. Hi, Leo Rodriguez. Leo, you are so faithful. I know everybody's watching the debates tonight, and it's a big deal. And I don't worry. Do what you got to do, and then you can watch us and repeat in replay. And Leo, I know it's your dad's birthday, so I want special shout out to Leo Rodriguez, the first Leo Rodriguez, Leo Rodriguez's dad. We want to say from What's the Story with Maria, happy birthday. Thank you for raising an amazing son who is one of my favorite people and who I would be lost without. So you can tell. Hi, Ed Kutu from Blade Salon in Connecticut. Hi, everybody, Rocky Hill, Connecticut. I know everybody's going back and forth between the debates and this, so I understand. Hi, Rena Cugnali Bergi. How are you, my love? So we want to say shout out to Rena in Woburn, Massachusetts. We have, let me see. Hello, you loved your greeting by the. Oh, he's so cute. I want to meet him someday. Maybe we can FaceTime someday, Leo, and I can get to meet your dad that way. Before I eventually come out to California and visit you, as soon as everything calms down. I know people have been saying that, but I gotta say, I do have a lot of hope in my heart that things will get better in the world. I really, really do. And I know it's very easy to get discouraged, and I myself, trust me, I get very discouraged sometimes. And I just want to grab this because it's an eyesore, but this is my tea. I do get discouraged sometimes, but I really feel like then I'll see something on television, or I'll talk to a friend, or I'll talk to somebody that I feel doesn't understand what I'm saying, and we do come to a place of understanding, and I feel really hopeful, and I tell you, I've been doing more and more of that, and it feels really good. I have been really taking people one-on-one versus group to group, head to head. I really just feel like it starts with communication between two people, and then it can branch out into groups, into communities, into the world. It's not, I know a lot of people feel like sometimes things are too small and it doesn't matter, no one's listening to you, but people are listening. People are listening. And, that's how you spread love, and that's how you spread goodwill amongst men. And I really believe in that wholeheartedly. So if anything big happens on the debate stage, you want to type that in, you can. But as I said, I'm going to go back and watch it. Okay, so tonight at 9:10, we have Tommy J. Dose calling in from Don't Tell Mamas. I'm very much looking forward to that. Tommy is an amazingly talented guy, and I really, really like him as a person. He's very sweet. He's a sweet person. And so that's nice that he's calling in, and because I haven't met this to my madness. Scarp Barbarino is also calling in because he posted that Ellen Stardust Diner is reopening, and that is amazing news because that is located in the heart of Times Square, and Times Square has been really affected because Broadway right now is dark, and it will come back. I'm very much feeling hopeful about that as well. We in New York have been wearing our masks and sanitizing and doing all the things that they've been telling us to do, and it's working. I feel so happy about that. It's actually working. Our numbers have gone down. There's certain sections that they started to crawl back up again because there was a big wedding in one area. I don't want to mention areas because I don't want to call anybody out, but when there are these huge gatherings and people aren't taking precautions, then the numbers will spike. There's a lot of places across the country that, like South Dakota is really spiking right now. Wisconsin is really spiking right now. And I have friends in Wisconsin that I love dearly, the Cass family. So, and the Payas family. I'm sending out a lot of love to you guys, my cheeseheads out there. And also to my friend Steve Watts. He's also in Wisconsin, in Milwaukee. So please, everybody out there, know that we are thinking about you and we love you. And these are all people that I love that have worked with me in New York and now live back, they're back to where they originated, and they're doing beautiful work out there. So, a lot of places are up and down. I know Massachusetts, my hometown of Stoneham, is doing great. I was there a few weeks ago, and everybody's really doing what they're supposed to be doing, and that's amazing. So I'm really proud of people that are following the rules. And look, rules are put in place not to control us. I feel these are all my opinions and my feelings. They're not put in place to hurt us. They're put in place to help us, these rules. And listen to your scientists. I can't say that enough. Listen to your scientists. These are the really, really important things. So while we wait for Tommy J. Dose, he's going to call in at any second. I just wanted to talk about that a little bit, and I will go back to that because we've all been in this. New York City's been in this since March, since the middle of March. We've been in this place of like having to close down and do what we're supposed to do, and then slowly coming back and slowly reopening, So those are the things. Let me see if I can call, because sometimes what's been happening with my phone when guests call in is they can't get through for some reason. Very strange. So I'm going to maybe see if I can call Tommy and get that going. But I just wanted to talk about a lot of that. Tonight we're going to talk about, I'm calling the episode Firing Up Hell's Kitchen. And I'll explain in a minute what I mean by that.
Call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Okay, hold on. So maybe he's calling me. All right, so I'll wait for Tommy to call me. Oh, there he is. Good. Hi, Tommy. Hold on, babe. I'm going to put you on speakerphone. Are you there, my love?
Yeah.
Okay, just bring up your voice a tiny bit because I have the AC on. And
Okay.
Okay, how are you, honey? Are you working tonight?
I am not working tonight.
Okay,
I
so
work tomorrow.
All right, great. Now we're going to tell everybody Tommy J. Dose is a wonderful singer on his own, of his own right. He is also one of 4 great singers in Mama's Boys, right?
Yes.
Okay, and what do we mean by Mama's Boys? Why the name Mama's Boys?
So Mama's Boys is a group that was created by myself and the other men who work at Don't Tell Mama, and it features myself, Paul Pilt, John Satcham, and Brian Kalinowski.
All wonderful people.
Yeah, they're all great. And about a year and a half ago, I guess almost 2 years ago now, we decided to start a little group and start performing.
And you did quite a few shows, and didn't you also win a MAC award this year?
We did not.
Oh,
but
no.
We were nominated.
I can't believe it. I voted for you.
Well, what happened.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Well, all right, next year. But anyway, I love you guys, and I had you in the studio. That was a really fun show. I really enjoyed that night. That was a great night.
That was a good night.
Really. So the reason that I wanted one of you guys to call in tonight, I reached out to John Satcham and I said, look, Scott Barberino's calling in at 9:35, and I saw that he had posted that Ellen's Stardust Diner is coming back. It's opening back up soon. And I thought, wow, this is really great news, because a lot of my out-of-town friends will ask me about the Times Square area and Hell's Kitchen. And I know that you guys at Mama's have been open for a while, right?
Yes, we've been open since May.
Wow.
And we've been doing outdoor dining and singing.
Okay, so I drove by there last week because I dropped off a little pasta sauce for Elaine Breyer. I did a
Yes.
drive-by. And you guys, they have a really nice setup there. So if you folks they are listening, Don't Tell Mamas is located. Can you give me the address, Tommy?
343 West 46th Street, between 8th and 9th Avenue.
So that is truly the heart of Hell's Kitchen in Times Square. And
Yes, it is Restaurant Row.
Restaurant Row, which is just notorious anywhere you look. And what they did, which I really like, is they closed up the whole street, right?
Yes. So ever since the end of June, they have blocked off the street to traffic. So they don't have any driving during the day from 4 o'clock until midnight.
Wonderful. And that means that people can just freely walk down there and go into any of these wonderful places that are open there. And are you guys the only folks that are doing outside singing?
No. We, Swing 46, a few doors down, on the
Right.
weekends they also have music, but it's not always singing. Sometimes it's jazz band.
Okay.
Sometimes saxophone or stuff like that, guitars sometimes.
Okay.
But on that street, we're the only ones.
All right, and I love it. I've been watching a lot of the Facebook Live stuff that comes out of it. It's wonderful. So another reason why I wanted you to call in is because a lot of our out-of-town friends that are, they love New York and they're frequent visitors. They've been asking me what it's really like because what they see on some of the news stations are not what's really happening.
Yes.
So
I've had so many questions from friends and family.
And what do you
about
tell them,
what
Tommy?
it really is like.
And what do you tell them? What is it really like from you? And you're really like front row and front and center there.
Yeah, and at work especially, it's definitely a different energy, but...
In what way, honey?
I think it's, just everybody's, has been shut in for so long that when they do come out, there is a little hesitant. People are always a little nervous about, their first time out or their first time going to a restaurant.
Right.
I know I was. The first time I went out and sat outside somewhere, I was, it felt like a foreign thing. It felt like something I haven't done in years, but it had only been 3 months.
I know. It's the longest 3. It's funny. I was thinking about that. I was thinking, like, March seems like a lifetime away.
It seems like an eternity. I was just thinking, because we're starting back indoor dining in New York City tomorrow.
Oh, really? Okay. At 25%, right?
25%, and we are moving Delta Mamas back indoors.
Okay.
And we will have live music, from 4 o'clock until midnight every night.
Now, will you pipe out the music so people on the street can hear it, or will you just exclusively leave it indoors?
Yes, until 10 o'clock every night.
Beautiful.
And it will be piped outside until 10 o'clock just because of sound ordinances.
And honey, what nights are your shifts?
My shifts are Sunday, Tuesday, and Wednesday nights. And I'll be there from 8 until midnight, all 3 nights.
So wait, are you working tonight and you're calling me?
No. I'm starting back
Oh,
tomorrow.
okay.
They're still outdoors today.
All right, because I didn't want to...
Everything's been up in the air since we've been doing outdoor dining, but tomorrow we start back indoors.
Okay, great. And, what I can definitely tell people, because it's what you're seeing on TV is very... I don't know. I feel like these are old videos and they're just looping them or something, because it's really like kind of in a weird way, like almost like a carnival, like... A lot of outdoor seating. People are really and very grateful, and they're very polite to each other. Would you find that?
Yes, I find all the customers we're getting are all lovely. They're all very nice, and a lot of them are locals who haven't maybe ventured into the Times Square area for eating or entertainment because normally it is very crowded, and I think people who live in that area are now finding that there are local establishments that they can go to and that they do enjoy going to as well.
That's a really good point. That's a very good point. Because normally it's flooded with tourists, like where you can't even walk.
Correct.
And
yes,
so
it's so busy.
You're right. So if you lived in that area, which I many, many years ago, I lived on 45th and 8th at the Camelot. And anybody that works there or has lived there knows that between, like, say, maybe 5 and like 9 or 10, but even after Broadway, you don't go out there because it's just
the streets are just packed
with millions of tourists. And so now the good that's come out of it is the locals are getting to explore and find local places that they love. Is that that's kind of what I heard you say.
Mm-hmm.
All right, honey.
Absolutely.
And you guys are serving food as well?
Yes, we have an updated menu. We've been working with a new chef, and they've been updating the menu during the COVID times. They've been expanding, and we've been adding new drink specials and new drink options, and working with different liquor distributors. So yeah, I can't wait to get back to work.
Yeah, I hear you, honey. I hear you 100%. And I know Brandy's has been open outside, and I filled in there a couple of weeks ago on a Sunday. And I know the Duplex has been opened outside. They have outside seating, and they've on both sides. And now they're starting to open back in at 25%. And then in November 1st, I think that all the bars and restaurants can open up at 50%, right?
Yes, that is the plan for now.
Yes, for now. And we're going a day at a time, because I'll tell you one thing I could tell you about New York is we follow rules. I mean, sometimes outside, like in Long Island and Staten Island, I know there's been a lot of protests about the masks and stuff, and that's your business, and that's your prerogative. I'm not. That's why America's so great. You can protest if you like. But I have to say, in New York City, have really abided by it, and I think it's really helping.
Yes, I do agree with that.
So, what part of it, honey, are you looking forward to the most? What did you miss the most, I guess, is what I'm saying.
I guess mostly my coworkers.
Yeah.
It's seeing people that you used to, and the regulars that would come in. I haven't seen them in 6 months, and it seems so foreign to me that I haven't seen them. It's become a virtual friendship. Everybody's doing Zoom calls and texting and keeping in touch online. But when I was working the other day, I saw a regular come in for the first time, and it felt like an eternity since I've seen them.
I know, that is true. I've kept up with a lot of my customers, but you do feel so detached, right?
Yeah. And when you do finally see people again for the first time, it's very nice.
Oh, everybody's so happy. I mean, one thing that this has really brought out is that we value each other, I think.
Yes, it put a lot into perspective about how we treat others and how we value relationships, I believe. Absolutely,
I agree 100%. All right, Tommy, so what's your first shift back inside? This Tuesday? Tomorrow, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you folks want to go and see Tommy J. Dose, he will be there tomorrow from 5 to midnight, you said?
I'll be there from 4 to midnight.
Okay,
8 to midnight. 8 to midnight.
And who's working with you tomorrow?
Tomorrow I'm working with Paul Piltz and Joseph Red, and I'm not sure who our piano player is yet.
Okay. Well, you always have a great crew there, and I love you guys. A lot of the people that work there are people that I adore. The other ones I just haven't met yet, so hopefully I will meet them. But I appreciate you calling in.
You too.
Oh, thank you, honey. And I know that tonight's a weird night because it's a debate, so I really appreciate you calling in. The good news is this: I save the video and then I replay it, and it gets a lot of people see it, and also it goes into podcast. So thank you, Tommy. I appreciate you, honey, and I hope you have a great rest of the night and a great week.
You too. All right. Have a good night, Maria. Good talking to you.
You too, honey. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, that is Tommy J. Dose, D-O-S-E, of Don't Tell Mamas. And has a beautiful voice. Just a beautiful, tenor gorgeousness. And he is one of 4 in the group Mama's Boys, and they originated at Don't Tell Mamas, which is on 46th Street between 8th and 9th, which is in the heart of Hell's Kitchen, Times Square and Hell's Kitchen. So Times Square is the center of it, right? and then if you go west, walk west, that's all called Hell's Kitchen there. So all those great restaurants, Restaurant Row, which is on 46th Street, a lot of great restaurants there. That's where Joe Allen is as well. Orso, Swing 46. It's just usually it's packed with tourists. And I like what he said about, the locals are coming out now because that's a highly densely populated area there for residents. And they usually, Manhattan Plaza is right there. What Manhattan Plaza is two high rises that house people in the arts, which is it's an amazing place. It's been around for many years. You get your name on that list. It takes a long time to get in there. And then, it's all artists that live there. So it's artist housing. And that's really close. So I feel like a lot of people are getting out and enjoying those restaurants. If you drive down 9th Avenue, I actually made a video. I wanted to prove a point about Times Square in New York. And I made a video while I was driving. And I started in that neighborhood. And it's just so cool because all these not pop-up, I shouldn't say. They're restaurants that exist and nightclubs that exist. But what they've done, what the city's done, Mayor de Blasio and Governor Cuomo, our leaders, they've extended the outside dining laws and they've bent them so that people can open up outside. People have built makeshift dining areas on the street and it's amazing. So everybody's outside. And so if you're not able to come to New York, which I know most people that I know that do come to New York have not been able to because of everybody's lockdown or restrictions. I know like New York is doing really well now, but we have red flags with who's visiting. So if you're visiting from a high number state, you have to quarantine for 14 days. So that's kind of, people are like, I don't know if I want to do that. So a lot of people are waiting till their numbers go down and then they can come visit us. And the sooner we do that, the sooner everything in the country can get back to working. So how do we do that? It's one thing to say, I'm just frustrated. I can't believe this. My rights are being taken away. And that's the reactionary way to look at it. The logical way to deal with it is to live in the solution and continue to do what you're doing. I know it's redundant and it sounds boring. Please wash your hands. I do it anyway because I've always been that kind of person. So wash your hands a lot. Bring your sanitizer with you. Wear your mask. And that's it. Just do it. Like now we're so used to standing apart with people that you haven't been with. But, if you've been with your family and all that, you don't have to do that. You have friends that you've worked with or whatever. Just keep being careful. People are getting tested constantly, which is great. I know in New York they're amazing about the testing. New Jersey, same thing. I think Connecticut, Boston. So if you're in a state that has that, take advantage of it if you can. And I do believe that if we keep doing that, we're going to be able to bounce back. And that's a really great thing. So I know, as I said, that most people are watching the debates, but hey, Belle Parker has checked in I was just talking about Wisconsin. Oh my goodness. I'm so happy to see you. How is your beautiful baby, Sadie? She's adorable. Thank you, Leo, for posting that. Leo's so sweet. You really are. I know you have a busy day today, and I appreciate Mama's Boys you put on there. Don't Tell Mamas. Now, Scott Barberina is going to call in 10 minutes. So I'm going to take advantage of this time to tell you, okay, so we're talking about living in the solution, right? Okay, so here's something that I have been doing. I'm very proud of myself. And I know a lot of my, Belle Parker, I've been talking to you about this. So Joe Cangelosi, who's a great friend of mine for 25 years, got me involved in this. It's called Postcards to Swing States. So you can order from 100, in increments of 100, 200, whatever. I ordered 200 postcards. The postcards are free. The postage you have to buy. But rather than donate to maybe a candidate, you could, in addition to that, but instead of donating to a candidate, what I did was I decided that I would use my money here on the postage, because that way I'm helping the post office, which I love. I go to the post office at least twice a week to deliver merchandise, which I'll talk about as well, to mail. I'm still that old-fashioned person that mails my bills. I'm not crazy about attaching my bank account to something and send. I don't know, it's just old school. So I still pay my bills with checks and all that, and I like doing that. So I go to the post office all the time. I'm friends. I know all the people there. So what I did, postcards to swing states, I think it might be a little too late now to, I mean, you can still check it out, but we have to mail out. We have 3 waves of mailing out. So my particular wave is October 24th, which is such good luck because it happens to be my sober anniversary. That's my favorite day of the year. I feel like that's a really good luck. So that's my wave when I mail them out. But I finally finished them. I've had them for months. And it sounds like it's not a lot, but you have to address them to everybody and then write the notes on them to get people to get out and vote. And they give you a script of what to write, and you can vary a little bit from it. But, you know, they know what they're doing. So postcards to swing states, I'm very proud of myself. I wrote out 200 postcards. I am living in the solution. Before the show, I was talking to Jimmy and Paul from Armed Radio, my friends there. And, you know, we were just talking about, as Americans, like, we're excited about the debates. And, you know, we may not be on the same side all the time of candidates. Depends on who the candidate is and what we're voting for. But what we were talking about, and I love that we were talking about this before the show, is that we are proud to be Americans, and we're really proud of our democracy, and we're really proud that we're in countries where we can vote, and we get that opportunity. I just had the most wonderful conversation with these guys. So actually, I was so excited because Paul and Jimmy were saying that maybe what we're going to do is a show together. I was thinking I'll go on their show, or they can come on ours too. I would love that. Or maybe we'll do a special edition of their show and just talk about life stuff and maybe take a minute away from politics and talk about what we do have in common. And I love that idea. I am so about that. And, you know, I highly encourage people to do that. Another thing I want to talk about before I forget, because I've been forgetting the last few weeks, I have about 5 minutes before Scott Barberino calls in, is our friends Josh Bell and Michael Billy, who were Michael Billy was the owner of Pianist Envy, which I worked at in Jersey, which I loved this place so much. And unfortunately, they had to close for now because you can't keep paying your rent if there's nothing coming in. And that was in March or April that they decided to probably close. And so they said we closed for now. So I do hope and pray that they do open back up at some point because I loved working there. The people of Jersey City that frequented our place were so happy to be there. The community was incredible. It was just wonderful. Straight, gay, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, just working class, wonderful, super smart people that just packed the place. And we had so much fun. We had such amazing talent there. I really miss my friends there. I miss all of them. We had an amazing menu. So, you know, hopefully if things go right down the road, they'll have a resurrection. In the meantime, they have started this amazing page called queervolutionmedia.co. And Leo, I know you're busy and I know the debates are on and you're at your dad's 75th. If you get a chance, you want to pop that in at some point, because I really want you guys to go and check out this page. They have been so generous to us. They share my show all the time, and I really want to thank you. They started their own podcast called Finding Prometheus. And it's so cool. It's just about like telepathic stuff and spiritual stuff and medium stuff. And I think they have 6 episodes, but I am very much get excited about really diving into that. I love podcasts. I love listening to books on Audible. I'm very much about hearing things, and I can do other things while I'm doing that. So give them a listen, Finding Prometheus. It's on Spotify, and I just started following it. They're just amazing guys. I love these guys. So queervolutionmedia.co. So those guys I wanted to give a shout out to because the last few weeks I didn't have a chance to do that. I also want to shout out my cousin Robbie and Michelle's beautiful daughter, one of 3 beautiful daughters, Alyssa Crugnali. Today is her birthday. Alyssa, happy birthday. She is a fellow writer like myself. We are fellow poets, and we have so much in common, and I'm so thrilled, honey, for your birthday, and I'm thrilled for the world ahead and your future because you are such a bright light. I adore you, and you're doing amazing things already. So I'm not gonna say you're gonna do amazing. You're doing amazing things, and I couldn't be prouder of you. So happy birthday to my cousin Alyssa Crignali. My cousin, she's very sweet and beautiful. And look, we're talking about the future of our country, and that is our young people. We're all the future of our country. So I'm not excluding people my age or older or in between. But I gotta say, young people are in a strange world right now, and they're trying to zoom into their classes, and they're trying to carry on, and they're trying to socialize, and they're trying to be teenagers and young people. And it would be a challenging time. I was such a social animal at that stage of my life. I mean, I still am. Like, I've never stopped being that social animal. But that's really where my classes and my school and all the things we did was really where I connected with other people. So I'm putting that out for young people. I also am excited. Maybe I'll have Kathy Roy Spees call in the next few weeks, because the Mayo Performing Arts Center is starting back up in different ways, virtually. They're going to do some hybrids, I think. They're doing some performances out there. So that's in New Jersey. So slowly but surely and safely, we are starting to get back in there. And I'm really so looking forward to it. And I'm also, I love the Zoom stuff. I love the virtual classes. A whole new world has been opened up to me as a teacher, and I'm embracing that as well. And students from all over the country, I look forward to teaching students from all over the country in the next few months as well. So, there's just so much that can be done now, and I'm really coming out of that place of everybody being scared and, just living in constant anxiety, and I'm starting to feel some hope. And that is a really good thing. And I think it's because we're pulling together and people are really coming together. But boy, when we look back at this, and you can archive all these shows. 2020, I've been saying, is the year that was and wasn't for many reasons. Our friend Scott Barberino is calling in. Scott Barberino, my friend.
Hello, Maria Gentile. How are you?
I'm great, Scotty. How are you, honey? Good to hear your voice.
I'm doing great, and I'm so glad that I'm calling you, because the timing is perfect, because I couldn't watch anymore that other thing that's going on.
Well, I'm going to watch the highlights later. I'm sure.
Yes.
I'm sure it's crazy. I don't know. Whatever. We could talk about that for another 3 years. But
I know we could.
But
so how's everything going there tonight?
Everything's great, honey. Tommy J. Dose called in from Don't Tell Mamas, and I wanted to have both of you call in tonight, because the name of the show tonight is Firing Up Hell's Kitchen. And I want you made me so happy when I saw your post about Ellen Stardust Diner.
It made me really happy to be able to do that. And of course, what made me most happy is that we've gotten to the point where we could, and I think the credit for that goes to the Governor Cuomo.
Yep.
And we're finally ready to, open indoor at 25%, which is it's not going to be as much as I'd like to see coming up sooner than later, but it's a good start.
That's right. And then November 1st, I believe, is 50%, right?
I'm not sure of the date in November, but I believe in November they're looking at 50%. But of course, that things can change very quickly.
Yeah.
So we, and as I do, that every day is a different story. If things aren't good and they do spike, we'll follow whatever the rules are that are coming down to us to the letter.
Yep.
But we have to be hopeful that we're going to be able to keep those numbers low.
Now, if people don't know what Ellen Stardust Diner is, first of all, I got to tell you, when I saw the picture that you posted, my first thought was like, oh my God, no, don't tell me it closed, because so many places have closed. And that is such a vibrant part of Times Square. Tell everybody, that's why I'm so thrilled that you're reopening. Tell everybody what Ellen Stardust Diner is. What do they do?
Look, Ellen Stardust Diner has been open for decades now, and is a 50s style diner. And at a certain point, Ellen Hart, our owner, who was very supportive of live entertainment and a singer herself, decided to put in singing waiters.
Wow.
And from that point on, we became a major tourist attraction. We're also one of the places that I think that New Yorkers like to bring their out-of-town friends to.
Absolutely.
It's
Susie,
a place you come in for a burger and a shake and to get to see a good performance.
yes, everybody raves about the food and the singers. Now, what I love about it is it's not just like you said, it's a 50s style diner.
Yes.
You really keep that essence, it's like you really feel that.
One of the things we do is we have, we are on Broadway and 51st, so we definitely have a lot of Broadway music and Broadway songs, show tunes in our repertoire. But part of what we also do is always include the tunes of the 50s, well, the 40s actually too, 50s, 60s. And what that does is that's a good mix. And we also have a lot of pop stuff that we do. I mean, Bruno Mars is a big, is one area that's covered. And what happens is we get people of all ages, from kids to the grandparents, all coming in. And then we have those moments that are those really special moments when a song reaches, a lot of songs from the 40s and the 50s have been covered by younger artists.
Yes.
And there are those moments where grandma and grandpa and the grandkids all know the song, and that's a special moment.
Yes. Well, Michael Bublé is one of those people that has done that, has brought back a lot of those great songs. You're right.
Now, of course, a lot of people say, well, Michael Bublé did that. Well, the reality is a lot of his, his music is stuff that Frank Sinatra brought. So, that music is passed on to the next generation. But again, the smiles and the way that people connect.
Yeah.
That's what really makes it a special place. And there are group numbers. It's not, we'll have less of that now because we used to be able to go right up to the tables, all around, run around the room, dance, and we had big numbers like Les Mis, which was a big number that we did, and Be Our Guest is another group number that we did. Well, we won't be able to do that same level. We're also going to be working with a smaller staff because we only have 25%
right
seating capacity. But I already have the guys we're opening on Thursday.
Okay.
And the team that's going to be with me there on Thursday night is already working on their set list and what the show is going to look like. So
wow.
One of we craft what we do for for each night, and during the day, by the way, because the singing starts. It's there the entire time we're open. We're not going to be opening for breakfast yet.
Okay.
Because we don't really, I don't think, have traffic in the area for that. So, but from the time that we open at 11:30 and we'll be closing at around 10:30, our hours are going to be a little bit shorter. But we're singing and performing in there the entire time.
This is great news. So, Scott, I know that a lot of my family members, they want to come back and visit New York and all that. Broadway right now is dark for sure, but one of the great things you can do is you can go to Ellen's. Do they have to make reservations, Scott?
Yeah, we have to have them. Then this should be set up tomorrow. They'll need to make reservations through Yelp. That's the platform that we've chosen to work with. And we're all on a group call with Yelp on Monday. We figured it out. And the main reason we have to have reservations is because, number one, we can't have lines outside the place anymore because we were known to having lines that went all the way down 51st Street.
I know.
During the holidays, that line would turn and go down 7th Avenue.
I know.
So everybody's going to have to make reservations. And then the other thing is that when you make a reservation through Yelp, it's going to have a name. You have to give a name and a phone number.
Right.
And that information is critical because if, God forbid, there is any kind of an issue, either at Ellen's or somebody finding out that they have COVID somewhere else and they went to Ellen's, we need to be able to trace that and find out, and give everybody a good heads up that you need to go get tested.
Yeah, this is the new world we live in. But That's the reality of it. The good news is that people are doing it, and we're taking care of each other. Everybody
Here in New York, yeah.
in New York, we are really taking care of each other, and people want to make sure that we're all well and that we can bounce back safely. And I love that. And I just felt like when I saw you post that, I got such a rush in my heart of like, that is my New York. It's coming back. And also, I don't know if you saw, but I've been making videos of New York. Like, I've been calling it the real New York because what they post on certain...
I drove with you on Facebook all over town the other day. I watched you making your way all the way down to the village. It was brilliant. I, like you, walk around and travel around, and the proof is in the pudding.
Right.
All of this storyline that people that aren't here hear about, a lot of it is just being made up, and it's not the actual truth. There's not rioting happening on the street. There's no revolution in the making.
Right.
Except I think that New York is going to be the revolution is going to happen on November 3rd.
Right.
And we're all going to go out, and if we haven't voted already by mail, we're all going to go out to the polls, and that's the revolution.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what to count on.
I agree with you, Scott. And it's just, that's why I felt a need to make that. So one of the great things that I would tell people about, and I might make another one where I drive by Ellen's, but Ellen's is one of those places, and Don't Tell Mamas is one of those places, the Duplex, Brandy's, that when I hear about them restarting, or it just makes my heart leap, because that is my life. That's what I moved here for. That's where my friends work, all these great places. And it means it's just great. It's a cause for celebration with things in place, as you said.
Absolutely. And the thing is that the entertainment community, firstly, we really are one big family when it comes to the piano. Ellen's is a big place. I have 60 singing waiters.
Wow.
That work there. But they're all really like they're singing waiters. They're piano bar people.
Right.
And when all of this started happening, all of us went out and figured out ways of keeping some entertainment going out and comfort, and that comes through the music that we bring. And fortunately, a few of us have been affected, and we have lost some people in the community to this issue. But the fact of the matter is that we're the frontline people. We go out, and we've been ahead of everybody else in trying to figure out. Unfortunately, the powers above us do not support live entertainment. I mean, that's just the way that is.
Right.
And we are brave because we're going in, and we're setting up, and we're creating situations following the plan as it's being told. This is time that you can do this, but it takes a brave group of people to make that step and to do that. And we're the front line. As much as other people, certainly nurses and doctors and postmen and all of the other people that are really out there dealing with this situation are important, and no question of doubt they deserve it. But you know what? We've been bringing a lot to the table by bringing some comfort.
Absolutely. That is so true, Scott. Thank you for saying that. Yes, we're bringing comfort. New York is definitely doing that, and we're helping each other out, and I appreciate that. And also, Piano Bar Live is doing really well. Tell everybody where they can find that. Tuesday nights, right?
Piano Bar Live is on Tuesday nights. We did the show tonight. We started doing it well before COVID. We started doing it in August of 2019 at the Duplex, and then we moved to Brandy's in October. And the idea of Piano Bar Live was because, number one, a lot of the people that I know that went to piano bars in the 70s, 80s, 90s, they're not living in New York anymore.
Right.
But they want that feeling that they got going to the piano bars, it's still with them. I mean, I made my first trip into the Duplex in 1980. So those people, we wanted to reach out to them, and we wanted to expand by using the internet and by using Facebook,
right?
The reach, and to actually show people so that we can, when people come to New York, they want to go to piano bars because it's a special, really special genre.
Right.
And you know, the support we've gotten from people has been great.
Yeah,
You
I know.
People,
And
people love it.
I love it too. Thank you for doing that. It's really been great. All right, sweetheart. Well, I'm glad we got the word out about Ellen's. And, just keep us posted. I always like to update people on what's happening. And have a great rest of the night.
And before I go, though, Maria, I definitely want to tell you something else that's brought me great comfort.
What?
Is your bolognese sauce.
Thank you, honey.
Just having that meal, and it's as good, I'm telling you, as good as my grandma's. And, as an Italian, you don't usually say that.
Quite a compliment. You know what I said to somebody the other day? I love doing it because it's a lot of work, and then I deliver it. But I feel like I'm delivering happiness.
It's our comfort food.
Yeah, people are so happy
people...
And I get to see my friends like you on the street.
Absolutely.
And we have our masks on and all that. So thank you for saying that, Scott. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. I'm going to go enjoy some. I have it planned for tomorrow.
All right, beautiful. Okay.
I have one more.
I love you, honey. I'll talk to you soon.
I love you too, Maria. You have a good night.
You too, sweetheart. Nice talking to you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, that's Scott Barberino. He is the big cheese at Ellen's Stardust Diner, and I'll keep you guys posted on what's happening there because I know a lot of the locals love Ellen's because it's true what he said. We bring in people when people from out of town are visiting, we bring them there. It's one of the fun places, and also it's a huge tourist attraction. Huge. That kind of Broadway at your table thing. And when I lived in Massachusetts, I worked at this great place in the 80s called Romy's Quarterdeck. So it was in Danvers, and my friends in Massachusetts remember that place. I worked there for 6 years. I got such an amazing education there as a performer. We did a lot of Broadway and pop, mostly Broadway. 3 reviews a night. It was like boot camp. And so I really appreciate what they do there. Now, I want to, while we have about 10 minutes left, I want to talk to you guys about the section of our show called Go Ahead, Keep Eating. All right, so what did I make tonight? And listen, Alyssa Crugnali, this is way before I saw your post about it, but this shows, and Rena, you will appreciate this, how much as family members we are connected. Because tonight I knew the debates were on, and I was like, I need some kind of serious comfort food. So because I'm here by myself, I said, what do you want, Maria? What I really wanted was polenta with sausage, which is so crazy. Because that's what my Uncle Joe Crugnali used to make, but they would spread it out on these tables, the polenta, and then there would be sausage, or you could have meatballs with it, whatever you liked, and it was just an amazing thing, and then you would eat it like that. And that's what I made myself. And then I looked on Facebook, and there was Alyssa's post about her birthday. So I made sausage and peppers over polenta. That's what I wanted tonight. Is that crazy or what? So what is in here? I always have to read it because sometimes I mix it up and put so much different stuff in there. So I'll hold that up. Okay, so sausage, I chose the hot and spicy Italian sausage because that's what I like. And I'm here by myself, so I can do that if I want. And what I made it with was caramelized yellow onions and red pepper. So caramelized means when I'm cooking it, I put it on super high heat, and then I put a bunch of aceto di Modena, which is like kind of sweet balsamic vinegar, and that caramelizes it. It makes it even sweeter. So I'm all about that. And then garlic, I use Marsala wine in that. Fennel seeds, and that is, of course, over polenta. And salt and pepper, of course. But I use onion salt quite a bit. And the onion salt from Trader Joe's is my favorite, and I can't say enough about it. So that's our polenta sausage over polenta tonight. How crazy that I look on Facebook and you had it. So now, what did I have for a salad? I made a salad with Boston lettuce, carrots, beets, which I love, red beets, Bermuda onions, tomatoes, baby tomatoes, and blue cheese crumble. I'm going to put, extra virgin olive oil on this and a raspberry blush vinegar. What did I have? I can't believe this got all messy, but It's pumpkin pie because it's fall, and I do love pumpkin. I put whipped cream on the side there, and as you see, it kind of melted. But I do love this, and I can't wait to eat it. Pumpkin pie is one of my favorite things on the planet Earth. And, oh my God, I love that. So I can't wait to eat that, and I'm going to put a little more whipped cream. And that is what I made for our dinner tonight. So that's my comfort food tonight. And I need it, and I'm going to go back and watch the highlights or the lowlights of the debate, which I'm sure everybody's watching tonight. It's going to be crazy. Leo Rodriguez, thank you for posting all these links to Ellen's and the Yelp. Leo, you're an outstanding accidental assistant. Outstanding. Nobody better than Leo. And also, let me see, the Queervolution media.co. Thank you. The link to that. They're really posting amazing content. Those of us as writers, they're giving us a place to post our stuff. Just podcasts, all kinds of beautiful things. It's a really great page to check out for the community. And let me see who else we missed. Ed Kutu, I hope you are well there in Rocky Hill. I love your Instagram, Ed Kutu Blade Salon. Also, we do have a few minutes. I want to talk about our merchandise, which is flying off the shelves. Thank you. I got to tell you, thank you, everybody that orders merchandise. You guys make my day. I get so happy when someone, and Leo will put up the link. You can go through our What's the Story with Maria at Gmail, and there's a link there. You can order our stuff. The tote bags, which I just reordered. I'm really low on tote bags. The tote bags, which are 10, these are washable, reusable, amazing, good for the environment, and it's a good big size. What's the Story with Maria? And then on the back, go ahead, keep eating. So when you go to the store shopping, you bring that with you, or anything else you want to put in there. Those are 10. Our mugs, our trusty mugs, are 10, and on the back, go ahead, keep eating. Now the thing is, with the mugs, when I mail them, I got to put a little bit of postage on there because they're a little heavy. So, all that stuff. These are 10, but then just figure in postage and handling. And my piece de resistance, as I always say, the biggest seller of all, are Blue Apron. Blue is the color we're looking at this year. Go ahead, keep eating. There's your apron. And I got to say, the funniest thing happened. Michael Vaccaro, who's our great friend from there's a Michael Vaccaro in Massachusetts, and then there's another Michael Vaccaro in LA, and he bought an apron. I sent it to him, and then he's a hottie. Of course, he buck naked took a picture of himself with the apron, adorable, and sent it to me, and I posted it on Instagram and Facebook. And then Wiltie and Hall, who is our lovely, adorable British little friend who lives up the street, also bought an apron last week when he was here. And he got buck naked and put it on and took a picture because he was like, oh, I want to do that too. So Michael Vaccaro, you really started something with this naked apron. I'm just going to call it the Naked Blue Apron Shots. Now, if you are someone that buys an apron and you are so inclined to be buck naked under that apron and take a photo, yes, I will put that on the website. Now, on the Instagram. And of course, if you just take a picture of yourself with merchandise, you will always end up on our Instagram page. I love that. But there is a Who Wore It Better competition going on now. So with the naked, buck naked blue apron. It's a thing. It's a thing. So if you're one of those people, hey, you might even have one now at home, which you're like, I have a blue apron. I got one months ago. You want to take a picture of yourself with the apron? Send it to me. Send it to me, and I will put it there. So that is some of the stuff what's happening. Now, Mandar, Chick Magnet, I was so happy to see Mandar last week in Jersey City. We had a nice coffee together. Mandar bought me a delicious iced tea from a place called Crema, which I like very much. And so he writes all our recipes as we talk about them. Thank you, Mandar. He's the keeper of my recipes. Mandar, there's a book here somewhere. And yes, I can't wait to eat all this stuff. It's not even that I'm hungry. It's that I'm comfort food hungry. It's that I'm stress eating and have been since March. And Dominic Pupa, there is Dominic Pupa. He joined us recently. He and I were talking today, and I said, look, I am COVID fat. And that is definitely a thing that's happening. And I'm not even judging myself. I will go on a diet after November. Okay, maybe in January after the holidays. I can't deal. I just can't deal. It's just the way it's going. Yes, the sausage and pepper, they look great and they are great. And on the polenta, that's the way I like them. I do like them in a bun, but boy, over the polenta, that is super Italian. But Italian depending on what region. So my Uncle Joe Crignali, who I loved with all my heart, was from Abruzzi. And Abruzzi is a region that's very, very, it's all about that red meat. It's all about that all that stuff, sausages and all that. And they're really big on hearty meals. And even though my family, my mother's family, was from Avellino, they're more with the olive oils and the figs, and that's what they're big on. My Aunt Anna married my Uncle Joe, and boy, you talk about the best cooking in the world in that house between the two regions. Oh my God. So I used to love that, and I miss my Uncle Joe making that food. So I was kind of feeling that. I was feeling like I wanted some comfort, and that's what I made myself. So that's what, there's, give Dominic any ideas. I know, well, that's what I will throw that out to Dominic, that if he wants to take a picture of himself with the blue apron naked, I'm not going to stop him. I'm not going to stop anybody from taking pictures of themselves naked or any other way with the blue apron. If you can't poke anything out, though, it has to be discreet. You know what I'm saying? So we want to thank everybody. We appreciate that you came and checked us out, especially tonight. I'm saving this, and you'll be able to see it in replays. Check us out on podcasts and Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Go to our page on Facebook. Please like us on Facebook. Like our Instagram page, and check us out on YouTube. You can see all our shows. If you subscribe, you can see every single episode. This is episode 166. I love and appreciate you guys. Please do not forget to vote. Vote early if you can, and go to the your places and vote in person. Drop it off in those boxes. That's the great way to do it. Or vote in person that day. That's what I'm going to do. If you vote by mail, make sure that you're in a region where your vote is being counted. Okay? But make sure you vote. You're an American. This is your right. We do not live in Russia, thank God. We live in America. So fight for your right to vote. Love you guys. See you next week. Okay? Bye.